Alright, let's get started. So the idea of this project is that I wanted to build a inventory control system for a startup company that they can manage their inventory efficiently. And there are two roles for this app. One is manager, who has the access to the vendor page, the product page, the customer page, and the order page. While the customer, another row is customer, and the customer only has access to the product page where the customer can place an order, and then the order page where the customer can see the orders that he or she placed. So let's just go over the project structure. So I have separated the layers for this project using the Spring MVC concept. So as you can see, there's a DAO layer, model layer, service layer, and the controller layer. I've chosen to use the Java-based configuration, so you will see the initializer and the central config file, and the repository config is the place where I configure the Hibernate. So there are basically 5 tables: the order table, product table, row table, user table, and vendor table. So if you were to look at the vendor table, it has a one-to-many relationship with the product, and has a cascade type set to all. So whenever I save the product, whenever I save the vendor, the product will be automatically persisted to the MySQL data backend. So for every DAO layer, for example, for order, there's a interface, and then the Hibernate DAO implementation will happen here with the CRUD operations to add, update, delete different orders, and also get the orders. And the method will be the same in the service layer, just to loosely couple these two. This is the layer between the controller and the DAO layer, where the controller is the place where the coming requests are being handled. So I have for the order controller, I have confirming of buy and some redirect methods. So to list out the orders and to delete the orders. So if we were to look at the configuration file, you can see that the internal resource viewer is set to this folder JSP, and here I've made this into a centralized place where all the bins are instantiated here, so they can be auto-wired. And for the web initializer, this is the entry point, and the repository config is just the Hibernate configuration where the section factory is made here. And I originally used the XML configuration, but decided to change to Java-based configuration, so the file is just there, but didn't do anything. So I've used the Spring security as well to secure the app. So for the login page and register page, it's not is not secured, so anyone can have access to these two pages. Whereas in the once you have logged in the system, if you want to go to other pages, you need to be authenticated. And the login page is a customized login page. And after you have successfully logged in, the landing page is home, and I've used the user detail service to authenticate the user. So the class is here, users detail service info. So this will take in the username and then authenticate, verified if the user is indeed one he or she says who they are. Go back to the security configuration. So here the provider is user service detail. I've hard-coded two users here. One is manager, one is customer, but I didn't really use the customer there. The purpose of this is just to have a manager role in this system, and all the other users, when they register system, by default they're all customers. So why don't we give it a look at the application. So this is the login page. Just I've restarted the database, so it doesn't have any records right now in the system. So if I were to register a new user, there's a Spring Form validation. So I need to enter the username. Let's say test user. Password is 1234556. Email is some random email. Shipping address. So let's log in as test user. So let's say I give a wrong username and password, won't allow me to log in. So log in to the system. So this is the landing page, the home page, and as you can see, we're logged in as test user and the row is customer. And if we go to get started, there's actually no products right now because the database has been cleaned. If there is any products, we will be able to place an order, and the order that you placed will can be seen in this table here. So let's try login as a manager, and then we can create an order and to test out all those functions. So if I logged in as a manager, and now you can see that Jackie is logged in as a manager, and then get started. This is the customer page. We have one user who I just registered. So I didn't place any order, so there's no order you can see. This whole customer hasn't placed any order yet. So let's try create a product so the customer can place an order. So vendor name is the manufacturer. Here 1. Vendor address is 123 Huntington. So we have created a vendor, so we need to catalog the products that is offered by this vendor. First, let's see there's a Spring Form validation for the vendor as well, and then if we go to product, we can see that this form is validated as well using Spring Form. So product name is iron, inventory level 100, cost from the vendor 40, cost for sale 70. So this this product has been created now, and we are able to delete it. But let's just save it for now, so we can test out the customer page where we can place an order now. So let's log back in as test user who's the customer, and see if we can place an order. Get started. Now we can see there's one product with this inventory level. So we go to order, and now we can place an order. Say I want to place order for quantity 40. Place order, and now the inventory level goes down to 60. And if we check the order page, the order now it can be seen here is created at this time and with this quantity, and we can edit this order to change it to say 60. Then the total price is changed as well. Notice something here, that we can only see the unit price, but we cannot see the price from the vendor. That's because we're in the role of customer. If we're a manager, then we will be able to see the price, the cost from the vendor. So let's just go see the functions of manager. So right now we're logged in as manager. We can see that this is the customer. We click view order. Then we've created this order with this quantity now, and we should be able to delete this order. Then it will throw us an error that this customer hasn't placed any order yet. So now we're gonna keep the user, the customer. Let's go to the vendor page. Here we can update the vendor information, and this will prompt up to ask us to change the field. Let's change it to manufacturer 2 and 3, 4, 5, 10. Then that's updated, and so now let's try delete this vendor. It won't allow us because the vendor is in a one-to-many relationship with the product, so we won't be able to delete this vendor until all the products are deleted. So let's just try that, and now we're able to delete this vendor. And in the product table, we just delete the product, so we won't be able to see anything. And the order table, we just delete the order, so we won't be able to see anything here neither. So let's just try get some data, see if we can see all those things there. 1, 2, 3. Creating multiple products for this vendor, and we can actually create another vendor. So test R, test 2, address is this. Now we have 2 vendors with different products. Oops, there's a typo. Okay, so there's a prompt that we shouldn't pass in any value other than integer, otherwise the form won't take in. So now if we go to the product page, we can see that these products are sold by different vendors, And this is a summary of all the products we have in the system right now. And the customer order. So let's try log out and log in again as the customer user test user. And then let's place some order. Entry level, place 1000. And then place 23. Okay. And now let's see if we can see this order in the manager. As a manager, there it is. We just paste the order and total price, the product. And if we click product here, we can only see the products that's associated with this particular vendor. So now let's try delete this customer. Now the customer is deleted. I believe we won't be able to log in again as test user. It says back credential because the record no longer exists. So that's the end of my demo. The UI is created using Bootstrap. Thank you so much for watching, and I also want to say thank you to the professor who teaches us this semester, and that's the end.